Welcome back everyone to the Whiskey Explorer, and tonight I am joined again by my lovely wife, the first mate. Alright. Kind of a fun one tonight. We are doing the whiskey review, bourbon actually tonight, and we're going to be delving into Bulleit Bourbon. So just to give you guys a bit of a background on this one here says they call it frontier whiskey. So you can see that kind of on the theme of the embossed bottle, kind of almost like a coffin style bottle, and I think it's a pretty cool label.
Where is it coffin? That's not coffin style.
Not quite. It should be more tapered if it was a coffin. So the classic coffin bottle for bourbon is the Elijah Craig bottle. So that's...
that one. Yes.
Or Angel's Envy is another good example.
Yes.
So I think the labeling and the marketing is pretty cool looking on there. It's bottled at 45%. So it's getting in the higher ABV, which I like to see in a bourbon. It's not quite as high as I like to see it, I think, especially for bourbon. I tend to like bourbons at the higher, even higher than Scotch for ABV, just because I think there's more flavors that come out.
ABV, what?
Alcohol by volume.
Oh, like how strong it is?
Yeah, exactly.
This bottle is nice because it looks like, to me, it looks like it belongs in that Tarantino movie where they all came in that cabin. The Hateful Eight.
The Hateful Eight.
That's what it looks like. It looks like it belongs in that.
Yeah,
I like that bottle. I criticized the Jura bottle, but I like this one.
And which is pretty. It's because they're marketing it like a frontier whiskey, and so that fits right in with the theme. One thing I'll say about this one is that if you look closely on this bottle, what it actually says on the back, it says bottled by the Bulleit Distilling Company. Very interesting, because that means they're not producing the spirit.
Huh.
They are not making this whiskey. Bulleit did not make this whiskey.
So who made it?
This is what they call a sourced whiskey. This is made by a big distilling company called MGP. So, but I always say, like, I like to say that, like, you shouldn't let that necessarily influence what you think of the whiskey, just because they didn't make it themselves. So, because they are going on a barrel pick, and they're picking specific barrels, so they're looking for something very unique. Right. So for that fact, I think it's done really well. What I care about more is what's the actual juice inside taste like. So if it's good, then I have no problem with it being a source product.
Obviously, you like it.
Yeah, I do like this. And so this, and cost wise, this is about $40 Canadian. And so I actually picked it up for even cheaper. I picked this up in Calgary for $30 on sale, 28 on sale. And I quite like this one. I find it's a really good entry level bourbon, and that's why I think this one has such wide appeal. I think it has wide appeal as people like to, if they want to spend a little bit more on a bourbon, they're going to find this bottle. They're going to enjoy it because you can enjoy it as a sipper. But I think a lot of people are getting this bottle, especially bartenders, for making cocktails.
Hipster cocktails.
Hipster cocktails, indeed, yeah. So, Alice wanted to open this one. Very interesting sound there. And there's a reason for that. So this is a little synthetic rubber cork. And what it is part of this system here. It's called Vacuvin. So it's actually...
For wine. For wine,
but I use it for whiskey, and it works very well. It works awesome. So what you do is you just put this on top of the bottle, and then you can actually suck out
like
the air.
Austin Powers.
No comment. It is actually. So the reason that this one's in there is because the original cork that I had in here, actually it's in my cork collection here. It's this one. It was just absolutely shredded. So the cork was obviously completely dried out, and when I pulled it out, it's just completely shredded, and bits of the cork were getting in the bottle. So I didn't have the right size. So I went with this solution here, because I actually already had this. But it just goes to show you guys, if you're a whiskey drinker, keep all of your corks. Because if I had one that was the right size, I could just replace it with a different cork that I had.
Or a wine stopper.
Or a wine stopper, yeah, that would work too, I guess.
We've got a few of those.
Yeah, true that. All right, so as with most bourbons, this one's going to be uncolored and most likely unchill filtered.
This is colored.
No.
It's got color.
No. It has color, but it's not color. Sorry, I should say it's not color added.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay,
Right.
so this color comes from the barrel char.
Okay.
Right, so the barrels that bourbon goes into are generally fairly heavily charred. I mean, there's different distillers will use different char levels, but that's what the color is coming from.
The wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the oak. So that is like a pretty medium copper color. All right, so we'll nose it.
You swirl it?
Yeah, you can a little bit. We're gonna nose it, taste it, and then let you guys know if it's a buy. So I'm gonna just do this. So the other way of, instead of swirling, is you just
No, I'm not doing that.
Not doing that. All right. Well, you just kind of work it around the glass.
Yeah.
The idea is that it coats the glass, and then you can get a good nosing on it.
Are we supposed to pick up notes in this?
Yeah, definitely try to.
What does the bottle say for notes?
No notes on the bottle. No cheating.
You start.
Okay, so the first thing I get on there is quite a big hit of caramel.
Yeah, okay.
Like caramel, toffee, vanilla. There's a sour note to this, which is from the mash bill. Like I get like a sour. I don't know really how to describe it. It really is like a rye smell to me. So, which makes sense, being it's a bourbon. So part of the component to this. The grains that are used for this will be rye.
Okay.
So that'll be definitely one of the components. You don't like it, eh?
I don't like smelling things. It's not like I like to taste it. It smells like I only know.
It smells a bit spicy too, right?
Not spicy.
So I
get some banana.
Banana. That's okay. That's good. Banana. Let me smell again for banana.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I can see that. I can see that. So I get some barrel spice on there as well. So a little bit of black pepper, white pepper on the nose, something like that.
Okay.
All right, let's try it. Slancha.
Chin chin.
Chin chin. Pretty sweet overall.
I was gonna say I don't find it sweet at all.
Oh, really? Okay.
I would prefer it to be more sweet.
Yeah. I could see that. A bit of an alcohol kick, a little bit of an alcohol burn. The first flavors I got were some of that caramel and toffee. Maybe a little bit of vanilla. Then what else? Let me go in for a second sip here. On the next one, all the spices came up. So nutmeg, cinnamon, allspice, your classic combination of baking spices, which is a very common note for bourbon.
I don't taste any of that.
You get the brown sugar. The sour note's definitely there. So I'm going to say the rye content in this is probably fairly high. And then I get a bit of like a peppery sensation too. So there is some nice spice to it.
It kind of lingers, so I don't like that it lingers so long.
Yes. So the finish, surprisingly, for what's typically about a $40 Canadian bottle, the finish on this is a medium to long finish.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's why the spice hangs around. So that Alice absolutely right on the back end of the palate or the finish.
It lurks there.
It lingers.
It lurks.
So
it's a lurker.
And I would say it's a lurker. So I would say all of what hangs around or what lingers is the spices for me. Like quite a bit of cinnamon spice, maybe some cayenne pepper, some black pepper, and I think this is a whiskey I think that's also going to appeal.
The bourbon.
Yeah, a bourbon. I think it's a bourbon that's going to appeal to a wide variety of people.
Okay. Yeah.
And as I'm kind of kind of the finish is kind of still going, and as I'm kind of experiencing that, I get a little bit of citrus notes as well, like a little bit of orange.
Yeah, I could see that. It kind of like it would be good in an old fashioned. I think I would enjoy it more in that instead of just straight up.
Yeah, which makes sense, right? Because part of the garnish on an old fashioned is like the charred orange peel, if you want to add that in there.
Yes.
So it kind of works with those flavors. So
yes.
So I think this one's for us is a buy. So I think you guys should go out and buy it and try it. And it's
try half the bottle and then do your review, because clearly it's a winner.
There you go. All right, we'll leave you guys on that note. So till next time, Solancha.